today's video, we're going to be learning about a leader who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. So if you guys are really wondering what that really means, well, what that really means is that a leader must know where to go and show the followers where to go. And he knows the way as well. Like in one of the best quotes from Johnson Master said, it takes a leader to chart the course. Anyone can spin the wheel, but it takes a leader to chart the course. The leader has to know where the destination is going. You see, it's a journey, not a destination. So if you guys are ready, then let's get into the video. So as I said, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. You see, when I say that to you, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? A leader knows how to really attract people. He knows where he's going. That's the first step of this video. He knows where he's going. And how does he know where he's going? I mean, he's a leader. You guys are just wondering, how does he get all that information? He knows where he's going. You know, from like north to south or south to east. He knows exactly where he's going. And how did he know? He plans it out. That's the most important thing in life. I mean, people who don't plan out anything end up going in the wrong destination. They arrive somewhere else, in a different place, rather than arriving in the place they were expected to arrive. So, that's why a leader is one who knows the way. He knows where he's going. He has a vision. He has it all planned out. And he goes the way as well. A leader doesn't just say, go and do that. You can't tell someone to do something when you don't know how to do it yourself. That's one thing. If you tell someone to do something when you don't know how to do it yourself, you are not a leader. Because a leader knows how to do it himself when he tells the follower to do something. You cannot say someone to eat healthy food every day. Oh guys, apples is so good for your health, and eating vegetables. But if I say that to you and I don't eat vegetables myself, I'm just fooling myself here, because what's the point of telling someone to do something when you can't do it yourself? That's pure foolishness. You can't tell someone to do something when you don't know how to do it yourself. So that's what's very important. When a leader knows the way, he goes the way and he shows the way. That's what the first part is about. You need to know where you're going. You need to have it all planned out. You can't just say, we're going to this destination. I don't know what we're going to use. And yeah, so you can't just say that. You have to have it all planned out. Because planning is the best way to achieve anything. If you can plan something out, you will achieve that thing in no time. Now let's move on to the second step. Now we're going to move on to the next step. Example is not the main thing in influencing others. That's what Josie Mouse said. I mean, yeah, we're right. He's right. I totally agree with him. Like, example is not the only thing that can influence others. You can just say, oh, I have an example of finding a new way where you can score high in your mathematics and get, distinctive or whatever you call it. Example is not the main thing. You see, people who think example is the only way to influence others, they're wrong. First of all, it's not the only way to influence others. Second of all, I mean, it is a good thing. Leading by example is a very good thing. But there's lots of ways of influencing others. You can influence others by, marketing or, conversation, trying to get a job. You can influence anyone by doing like anything. You don't even have to say it verbally. You can't even do it non-verbally. It can be to do with the posture. So that's why we say example is not the only thing that influences others. I mean, there's lots of stuff we can do to influence others. You don't have to say it aloud. You can even be silent and say nothing. And then you can influence a person in any way. So example is not the only way to influence others. Now, back to what I was saying, that the leader knows the way and goes the way. This is also one of them. People who think that there's only one way of doing something is wrong. Like I can do, there's many ways of doing this video. I can do this video on a drone. I can do this video anywhere. I can even do it I can even put the camera on the ground. I start talking right now. There's lots of ways of doing it. It's anything. So that's why we say example is not the only way to influence others. We can influence others by giving them something, surprise, present, or whatever, marketing, or etc. So example is not the only way to influence others. Now let's move on to the last step of this video. Now moving on to something related with influence. We have now learned that, a leader knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. We've learned that, there's not only one example of like leading others, you know what I mean? But now it's gonna be the more elaborate our means of communications, the less we communicate. You see, if you speak clearly, it'll be good. It'll be good. People will hear you. Because the more you communicate, the more you work on communicating, the better you become. The more elaborate our means of communication, the less we communicate. You see, let me give you an example. Like, if you stop working, like, let's say if I stop working on my channel, then nothing would happen. It will just stay. It won't even stay above water. So that's why, if you really work on your communication skills, if you really work on the way you talk to people, the way you engage with others, that's when the real difference will start to happen. I mean, like, you can't just stay in one place thinking that it's gonna happen in a miracle, like in those movies. But we're in the real world now. That's why, if you work on your communication, if you work on something, if you do it consistently, I'm not saying work on communication for one day and then leave it for the rest of the year. That's what I'm saying. I want you to do it consistently. You see, the people who get strong muscles these days, they go to the gym. They don't go to the gym for 9 hours. Just for one day and then never do it again. They go to the gym for 9 hours every day. 9 hours every day is what will make it count. Not 9 hours for one day. That's what's very important. If you keep consistent, if you have the willingness, if you have the desire to learn it, to boost your communication, then you will become great. You'll become the greatest. Instead of a boss, you'll become a leader. So that's what's very important. You can't say I'm going to do something and then you don't do it. Just say I don't want to do it. Like, people try to fool themselves a lot by saying that, I will do this tomorrow, but they don't do it, or they do it but it's not going to be a good result. You see, when you decide to do something, that's when you really do it properly. When someone else tells you to do it, you're not going to do it as good as when it comes within from the heart. So that's what's very important. In order to boost your communication, you gotta continue learning every day, consistently every day. So, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. And if you got a YouTube channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified every single time when I publish a video. And thank you guys for watching YouTube for Life. And it's YouTube for Life.